Welcome to Think Tech on Spectrum OC16, Hawaii's weekly newscast on things that matter to tech and to Hawaii. I'm Cynthia Sinclair.
And I'm Tim Apicella.
In our show this time, we'll celebrate the new year by looking back at this year and making resolutions for next year.
We'll see some of our favorite shows from 2018 and give you our end-of-year Think Tech report.
To get a smattering of how things went, let's review the top Think Tech talk shows of the year. Here are some of the most popular ones we've had. For content, effort, and pure heart, they should all get awards for their citizen journalism and for the coverage they have achieved.
And the question is, did they get the text about the incoming ballistic missiles from the Hawaii State Emergency Management Center?
Sure did. My wife told me about it when I was in the shower, and being somewhat of a fatalist, I said, well, by the time I get out and get dried, we're done and dusted.
Matt, what did you hear?
Yeah, I got the text coming through the phone, and I just thought it was a unique sound to us because we're not used to getting those sorts of warnings at home. So we picked it up and had a look, and then had a look outside, and we couldn't see any fighter jets scrambling, and there was nothing on the TV about it. So we thought, is it a hoax or is it real?
Oscar, what were your thoughts?
My thoughts were like, I was there when the shark. I thought it was a shark alarm, but then my dad said, "No, Oscar, it's a missile." And I'm like, "What?" Yep.
I think it's really important that the people know that somebody is speaking on their behalf. I mean, truly, that I'm not, or whoever is in that position is not beholden to any special interest group, not beholden to anybody but the people who elected her into that position. Mm-hmm. That needs to be affirmed constantly by speaking the truth, by speaking the truth to the power, to the establishment. I mean, we are truly a very blue state, like I said earlier, in quoting Nina Turner, not any blue will do. We are a very blue state, but that does nothing for us if we don't hold the Democrats to the Democratic Party platform.
What's your vision, Sam, as to what really is important about advancing the conditions of Native Hawaiians here in Hawaii and across the world?
I think it comes down to, bread and butter issues such as, OHA has a research division, and you look at their website and they have the indicators they're good indicators: home ownership, median income, health outcomes, poverty levels. Those kinds of things should be focused on, and if you can improve those kinds of issues for Native Hawaiians, then all Native Hawaiians are going to be better off. They're going to be happier, healthier, we're going to live more successful lives. That's really what OHA should be focusing on. Those are the kinds of things that I think everyone envisioned when OHA was created. It wasn't just something that was intended to be some sort of separate government that was excluded from everybody else. It was meant to be an expression of responsibility that the people of the state of Hawaii, which is why we put it in our Constitution, decided to say, we really need to resolve this. We need to address this special group of people.
My impression was that she was reasonably popular with the military. But now what I'm hearing from you is maybe she's not.
Now, what China is doing now is exactly what the president of the Republic of China should do. But what he had done when he was a candidate, when he was the chairman of the DPP, is totally different. When he was running for the president campaign, the DPP, they just tolerate her party member to humiliate the military. Just two examples. You probably know one Apache pilot. He's so proud of his job, and he invited his personal friend to visit the Apache helicopter.
I remember that. Yeah,
and those people took photo on the helicopter. But unfortunately, those private friends are a celebrity and rich people, and one of them even a movie star.
What are some of the other extras that you can tell us that kind of put Singapore Airport at the forefront? I saw some special decorations, the kinetic ring.
Right, okay, yeah. When it comes to art installations, I think that's something that we are getting a bit more involved. So I think we have the kinetic ring. That was in Terminal 1, and it's actually a moving raindrop that synchronizes with certain technology that we work with a German supplier. So I think it kind of like moves and it creates a very therapeutic scene.
It does.
And of course, with that, I think in Terminal 4 we have this moving cloud patterns. So these cloud patterns will move in a certain pattern, and it's actually quite therapeutic as well. And in Terminal 2 recently we have put up a million time clock. So it's actually a very big installations where you see different lines moving together and can tell time in every 2 minutes.
So I've been going around to the high schools, and I asked the students one time, what is stopping you from going to college? And the students just said, we can't afford it. But you know, I had to tell them that we have RMI scholarship that will support you all the way until you graduate, and then you'd have to go home and, you know, work for 2 years, or now the new policy is for 4 years. But that was their problem, and that's the only problem that they had. They thought they couldn't afford it, but I had to tell them there's a lot of opportunities for other scholarships. There's financial aid, there's if you go to the UH scholarship website, there's like pages and pages of available scholarships for Pacific Island students too. Yeah. And so I think the Education Day committee, or the whole Education Day event, is also dedicated to showing all these opportunities to the students.
Let's talk about the difference. It's a very distinct difference, not only in definition and reality, between a sex worker that will do sex work with, you know, another consenting adult by choice, versus a sex trafficked victim, which is an entire different category.
The definition of trafficking is just somebody that's forced into labor under force, fraud, or coercion. And you know, we acknowledge that. We involve all voices in the sex worker rights movement. It's just that the people that are allegedly anti-trafficking, they're actually this rescue industry that excludes sex workers.
And the songs have to be updated. Except for kindergarten, got into 3rd grade, I still do peanut butter and jelly and going on a butahan. In fact, I have a story about it. Somebody that I was taking my blood for blood tests at Strop. And so this 26-year-old, I found out after what he told me, he said, Uncle Frank, nice to meet you. What is your name? And I said, you just said Uncle Frank. He said, formally. And I said, I'm Frank Wilcox De Lima Jr. He said, thank you very much. So he says, okay, you get a good vein. And so he sticks the needle in, and as the blood is going out into the vial, he starts singing, peanut butter, jelly. And I cracked up. I said, what is this? I never expected this. He said, Kona Waina Elementary School, and I was in 1st grade.
In the spirit of the season and in view of the new year, here are some Christmas wishes and New Year's resolutions from our hosts and guests.
From my family to everybody in Hawaii, I hope you have a beautiful, safe, loving, and holy Christmas and New Year's. Mahalo, Jay.
So talk about next year.
Next year, with your blessing and your invitations, hopefully we can expand more. I'm working in Waimea Valley as an artist, and maybe we can bring some Hawaiian culture into future programming that people there are practicing their Hawaiian culture and really acknowledging the kupuna that's in the valley.
Oh, very nice. Rabbi, how about you? What's your Christmas greeting, or rather season's greeting, okay? And your thoughts about next year?
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to extend my wishes for a happy holiday season and a happy new year. One of the things that we learn in Judaism is that the special days we have, the holidays, are not in isolation, are not to be kept in isolation, but we take from the spirit of the holiday and we carry that into our everyday. So this joyous time of the year, Hanukkah and the holidays, the idea is to bring the joy into our everyday life, because that's such an important ingredient in living, to do it joyfully and happily and appreciate the blessings that God bestows upon us. And when we have that attitude, then things get better and stronger as time rolls on. We don't get tired and fatigued and cynical, but we get more passionate and more appreciative, and we try to live life fully.
Merry Christmas, guys, from the Prince of Investing, Prince Dice, all the way from Think Tech Hawaii. Merry Christmas to you guys. My New Year's resolution this year is, of course, like it is every year, try to lose a little bit of weight, right? But anyway, I know the second thing is everybody has better financial goals. Tune into the Prince of Investment right here live on Think Tech Hawaii to see ways that we can help you and the great things that we're going to do.
Happy New Year. Kungi pa choi, because we're the Chinese girls wearing the red, and that's just not because it's Christmas. Right. But yes, Kungi pa choi. And for myself, Denisha, I know that I want to just wish everyone a healthy New Year, 2019. So as we take health back, I don't want it just to be today. I want it to be throughout the whole year and the years to come. And so that's the hope and the promise that I'm going to guide anyone that wants to receive. What's your resolution for 2019?
So my resolution is to not only be able to balance out what I put on over the holidays, but also to reach out to the communities who may not have what we have to celebrate the holidays and to make it through.
Season's greeting, everybody, from the Cyber Underground and Security Matters. This is Andrew, the security guy. I'm Dave, formerly the cyber guy, looking for a new nickname. Help us out. Season's greetings also from the Think Tech Hawaii family. New Year's resolutions. Andrew, you got some?
I got a new nickname for Dave for Christmas.
Oh, no.
But I'm not going to reveal it until Christmas.
Oh, okay. So we got our big reveal coming into Christmas. Keep up to date with your Think Tech episodes, everybody. Again, season's greetings. We love you. Keep coming back and stay safe out there. We love you. Aloha.
Hey, thanks to all of you for being with us all year long during Think Tech's opportunities to make our community a little bit brighter and a little bit smarter and a little bit more knowledgeable, especially about energy things, right, Ethan?
Yes, indeed. And water.
And water. Especially water.
And all matter scientific, too.
And all things scientific. Science is going to be the key. Got to keep thinking, got to keep learning. But I think as we come up at the end of the holiday season here, we got New Year's coming, we got New Year's resolutions. I think I need to slow down a little bit. I'll keep thinking, but I want to slow down and do a little more surfing. What are you going to do?
There we go. Yeah, I'm pledged to keep, as you said in the last show, keep on learning.
All right. Well, we'll keep pressing. We'll keep doing energy stuff and keep you up to speed on the latest and greatest things in all things energy here on Think Tech Hawaii between Likeable Science and Stanton Energy Man. Aloha.
Well, it has to be Mele Kalikimaka and Haole Makahiki Ho.
Okay. All right, want to add anything to that?
Well, I'm really optimistic about 2019 for our company, for our industry, for my family, my kids, and all my friends. Happy to be here for 30 plus years and hope to be here for 30 more.
All right, yeah.
Or more.
Yeah. keep exercising and eating well.
Yeah.
Okay, now your prediction. Give us a prediction, a resolution or prediction about next year. How do you see it unfolding?
Well, as I mentioned in the segment, that I think our construction industry is hugely positive for the economy, and I'm really heartened and glad that it's so widespread. You know, it's public, private, infrastructure, single family, high rise, residential, commercial, all those things. So I'm really optimistic about the future. And and I think the office market's going to see a big change with this conversion of Bishop Place and some of the other things. So something to talk about finally.
Sure, let's talk about it again. There's a prediction. The prediction is that Jamie and I will talk about this stuff again.
Yes.
Thank you, Downtown Jamie.
Okay, aloha.
Well, growing up as a child during the Vietnam War, every year I always thought peace on earth. And as far as a resolution, because human beings beat themselves up each and every day, my resolution is keep up the good work.
Cynthia, what's your resolution?
Oh, my New Year's resolution is to make sure I don't miss any of my shows because my health is going to be perfect. That's my hope.
Great. Anything more?
How about you, Jay?
My wish is that we see each other in the context of history, in the continuum of history, and we try to appreciate the past as against the future, and we make as few mistakes collectively as possible. In terms of my resolution is to keep ThinkTech going for as long as possible and make it a legacy for all of us.
And with due regard for the year that has passed and the year now coming soon, here is our CEO's State of ThinkTech report.
It's the end of a long, troubled year, but we at ThinkTech have addressed that by increasing our coverage of national and international issues, and we're glad we did. At the same time, we're concerned about next year, nationally and internationally, so we'll continue to do just that. We're independent and populated by citizen journalists and guests who choose their content with abiding desire to report it to the public, that is you. For next year, we urge you to increase your awareness by catching news from diverse, credible sources, including ThinkTech, and using your skills to distill how the world is evolving, for better or worse. Without an informed citizenry and candid, honest engagement, we, all of us, are in great jeopardy. None of us have time to fritter away on news that isn't true or doesn't matter. Next year, we'll continue to look for hosts and guests who will bring value in the content we provide. We'll also continue to produce our OC16 shows in the same vein. We'll do whatever we can to provide a platform you'll want to watch. Beyond that, we'll try to expand our reach, our coverage, and our viewership. So keep watching on our website, on live stream, and on YouTube, and listening on iTunes. Some predictions. The midterms will not end the problems the administration has created here and around the world. Those problems have already taken root for the long term. It will not be easy to reverse them. There is now a world of threat in the Middle East, in Europe, in Asia, and of course at the border. Everyone in Hawaii must stay informed about that world and how it affects us. There will be political, geopolitical, social, and economic crises. Congress will ultimately reverse the tariffs that are causing so much consternation, but the trade and economic damage will already have been done. The stock market will further dramatically decline and will teach us all a lesson about the effects of our leadership on our daily lives, health, and fortunes. The climate will become much more dangerous, and extreme weather will become more destructive and more lethal around the world. In this El Nino year, that could easily include Hawaii. The emerging sea change is that we as a nation have lost our connection with our government. This has eroded the quality of our democracy, our national identity and morality, and our place in the global community. We will have to work hard to figure out what's happened to us and get these things back. We should hope that 2019 will see the turnaround, that people will find a value in caring, collaboration, and compromise, that Congress will see and do its duty, that the regulators and the courts will be apolitical and work toward recovering social and environmental justice and world order. The country is divided on so many issues. It's going to take some real effort to put Humpty back together again. But where will we end up? Who will compromise, and what will the compromise be? Hopefully, it will be progressive, with respect for humankind and kinder, gentler values. Right now, however, that seems like a tall order.
Just as it's been a challenging year for Hawaii, and of course the country, it's been a challenging year for ThinkTech too. We've learned and grown, and we've worked hard to expand our curiosity and our coverage. Next year, we want to do more and better of the same.
Just as the events and sea changes of 2018 have required all media to play a role in preserving our democracy, the chills and spills and the deceptions and confusions we've had this year, and which we can expect again next year, will also require continuing coverage and eternal vigilance.
ThinkTech will, of course, continue its efforts to participate in the process, to provide a platform for civic engagement, and to raise public awareness, just as it's been doing over the past 18 years. As they say, plus ça change, plus la même chose. And as they now also say, plus ça change, plus ça change.
Want to see more of the videos we produced in 2018? Check out our channel and talk show playlists on youtube.com/ThinkTechHawaii. Want to know more about ThinkTech and what we do? Check out our website at thinktechhawaii.com. And now let's check out our ThinkTech schedule of events going forward.
ThinkTech broadcasts its talk shows live on the internet from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays, and then we broadcast our earlier shows all night long and on the weekends. And some people listen to them all night long and on the weekends.
If you missed a show, or if you want to replay or share any of our shows, they're all archived on demand on thinktechhawaii.com and YouTube, and on our iPhone and Android apps, both available for download on your smartphone. For our audio, go to thinktechhawaii.com/audio, and we post all our shows as podcasts on iTunes.
Visit thinktechhawaii.com for our weekly calendar and live stream and YouTube links, or better yet, sign up on our email list and get our daily email advisories.
ThinkTech has a high-tech green screen studio at Pioneer Plaza. If you want to see it or be part of our live audience or participate in our shows, contact shows@thinktechhawaii.com. If you want to pose a question or make a comment during a show, call 808-374-2014 and help us raise public awareness on ThinkTech.
Go ahead. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube or send us a tweet at ThinkTechHI. We'd like to know how you feel about the issues and events that affect our lives in these islands and this country. We want to stay in touch with you, and we'd like you to stay in touch with us. Let's think together. We'll be right back to wrap up this week's edition of Think Tech, but first, we want to thank our underwriters.
Okay, Tim, that wraps up this week's edition of Think Tech. Remember, you can watch Think Tech on Spectrum OC16 several times a week. Can't get enough of it, just like Tim does. For additional times, check out OC16.tv.
For lots more Think Tech videos and for underwriting and sponsorship opportunities on Think Tech, visit thinktechhawaii.com. Be a guest or a host, a producer or an intern, and help us reach and have an impact on Hawaii.
Thanks so much for being part of our Think Tech family and for supporting our open discussion of tech, energy, diversification, and global awareness in Hawaii. And of course, the ongoing search for innovation wherever we can find it, and to identify and evaluate the sea changes around us in the context and historic continuum of global change. Indeed, these days, how can we do less?
You can watch this show throughout the week and tune in next Sunday evening for our next important Think Tech episode. I'm Tim Apicella.
And I'm Cynthia Sinclair. Aloha, everyone.